This is the new hit list. I have the beautiful Sophia Carson with us. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you, beautiful? Good to see you.
I mean, straight from Paris with us.
Great, live from a radio station in Paris.
Fancy. You look amazing as always.
Thank you. You too. We're in
Uh,
sweaters, both of us, pink and
I
black.
know it's like finally getting cold. I'm in California, so it's like
Yeah,
the bad weather, but this week,
totally.
yeah. First things first, congratulations becoming what was it? A global advocate of the year.
Thank you. That was surreal. Thank you so much.
That's huge. I know you've done your work with UNICEF, but like I always admired your dedication to girls, women, children around the world. What is the
Thanks.
message that like you really want to stress or are focusing on this year in that work?
My focus has always been girls' education and just spreading the word because I think it's we live in a world where there's so much happening, so many crises happening all at once, and I just don't want us to shy away from the need to educate our girls around the world because an education is so much more than going to school. These four walls and these books truly save their lives in a really powerful way. So that'll be my will always be my mission.
Yes, I love it. Also loved you and Purple Hearts.
Thank you.
Amazing. Is there anything that you learned from Cassie and just like you're working
Mm.
on that film in general about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really scared going into that film. It was my most kind of dramatic and intense role, and also I was wearing a lot of hats as, the lead producer and writing the music for it. And it just kind of felt, when the voice in your head gets the best of you and is like, who said that you could do this? And I was terrified a week before. And my mom told me that everything we want is on the other side of fear. And as I was becoming Cassie, like Cassie is so tremendously fearless. Like she's not scared of anything or of anyone. And I think it reminded me of the fearlessness that I had in myself in a really beautiful way.
That was good advice from your mom. I have to write that one down. That's a good one.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I mean, so successful. Number one soundtrack in Netflix history, as it
Yes.
should be. Um,
Crazy. Crazy.
insane. I think we need one more. Do you think we'll get a Purple Hearts too?
I have a good feeling, but I can't confirm or deny.
Okay, just a good feeling. I'm trusting your instincts. Okay. And right now you have a really, really beautiful song out. I hope you know.
Thank you.
I love how emotional you are on this record. So let's get into it. What is this one about?
Falling is about falling in love. What it means to fall in love into a love that feels like heaven. And I've always loved music that can kind of capture an emotion. Like when you listen to a song, it feels like what love feels like or what heartbreak feels like. And to me, this song, when I sing it and when I listen to it, it feels like the musical manifestation of loving someone. And yeah, that's what it's a very vulnerable song, and just a really emotional and personal record. So I'm happy to share it with the world.
So what made I Hope You Know become the first single for you?
I have always been a storyteller, as fans who have been on this journey with me know, and I like telling stories in order, which doesn't always necessarily happen in music, when you write a record. But this just felt like the first one because it's the beginning of love. I've entitled it Act One, The Fall, because to me, falling in love with someone is truly like, falling and hoping to God that they catch you. So that's why this one felt like the first. And I think also it seemed like the kind of song the world could use a little bit of right now. I think we could always use a little bit more love. And this song is just filled with that.
So with Act One, The Fall, would you say, are you stepping into like a new era? Are we in our soft girl era right now?
Yeah. Soft, the thing is, that's the beautiful thing about this new era, I guess we can call it, is that this is the most me anybody would have ever seen or heard, ever. And, the music industry is a complicated business. And sometimes you try to do what people say is the thing that will sell while not losing yourself. And you start to lose yourself along the way a little bit. And then all of last year was such a year of validation for me from Purple Hearts, writing that music and that music doing what it did, to the Oscar nomination of me singing a ballad at the Oscar stage, all music that has always been who I am. And then to feel like, oh my God, that's enough.
Mm.
People connected to that more than anything I've done, was like this switch in my mind where I was like, I know exactly what I have to do. I just have to write what's in here. So this era is just truly Sophia.
I love getting raw, emotional, Sophia. And like I feel like we joke like that soft girl era, but it's hard to be all those things and be
Terrifying.
beautiful.
I wouldn't lie to you if I told you a few months ago, that I was second guessing all of this because it was so scary.
Oh, we're ready for it. I love that you're doing it. Actually, in the fall, do we have a release date yet?
Well, we have the first single, and that's all I can say.
Okay. And you know what? I'm not in love at all. I'm super single, but I can't wait to like be belting this song and crying my
Yeah.
eyes out at one of your shows.
Yeah.
Can fans expect a tour in the future?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love singing live. I love performing live, and most of all, connecting with fans through music. There's something so special about music, in that, we write this music about something so specific that happens to each of us, and that you release it into the world and it means something so specific to you. Like you hear your story in it, or they hear their story in it. And it's such a powerful thing.
That's amazing. Well, I'm gonna keep playing. I hope you know and cry my eyes out to it. Is there anything
Please do.
tell fans what you have in store for the future?
Oh, it's just that I hope they know how deeply I love them and how grateful I am that they are, seeing me and embracing my heart in this music, and that I love them very much.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for hopping on with us.
Thanks, Angelina. Good to see you.
Good to see you.